1st. I know some people had reached out to me saying that they couldn't make it. Kelly Zimmerman just emailed me that she's still in a BOE meeting. I'm trying to think who else. Erin Clark is traveling, so she is not with us. We have Deb. I think CCC, they might not be making it tonight. So I think we're good where we are. Again, this will be a relatively quick meeting. But I'm going to turn it over to Denise, who I'm so happy is still here with us, because my heart almost fell a little bit. We can't hear you. It says you're not muted, but we cannot hear you.
How about that? Can you hear me now? All right. Okay. So we're calling the meeting to order. Number one, it's 5:38 p.m. Let's go around and introduce ourselves and offer any recognition for great work and good people and excellent things. So my name is Denise Kegler. I'm the chair of this committee, I think by default, but I'm the chair of the committee. I'm a parent in Mansfield, and I'm currently a secretary at Eastern Connecticut State University. Let's kind of go around the group. I'm just going to call names, and you can introduce yourselves. So, Sarah, although I think everybody knows you.
Yeah, but it's always good for those people that come in to watch these recorded meetings, Denise. I mean, come on, everybody watches them. And it's definitely not by default. You are a Mansfield resident and parent, so you bring a lot to the table. So do not say by default. We love you and appreciate you. So yes, I am Sarah Dufresne. I am also a Mansfield parent. I live and work in town. I work for the town. I moved out of youth services and over to adult services, which I am enjoying a lot, but I'm still connected to youth services. And yeah, that's pretty much my spiel.
All right, excellent. I'm just going to kind of go around my screen. Deb.
Hi, I'm Debbie Plord, the director at Mansfield Discovery Depot.
Thank you. Shamim.
Shamim Patwa, the director of student support services for the Mansfield Public Schools. All of a sudden I had a moment where I'm somebody else. I don't know.
Thank you. Katie.
She, her, hers. I am the youth services supervisor for the town of Mansfield.
Thank you. Miguel.
Hi everyone, Miguel Colon. I'm the Associate Director for Community Outreach at UConn.
Thank you. And I'm so sorry, I believe, is it Kathleen?
Oh, it is Kathleen. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice job. Kathleen Kreider, Access Community Action Agency. Hey, Miguel, I haven't seen you in a while. The NANCE Steering Committee needs you. I'm going to send you an email. That was a parenthetical, you guys. Sorry. Just don't worry about it. Miguel knows what I'm talking about.
Everybody needs Miguel. Everybody needs it. Yeah, he can't escape it.
I know.
And Emily, I know you're newly joining us, so I kind of saved you for last. Do you want to talk a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, great. Thank you very much. So hi, everybody. I'm Emily Webson. Shamim knows me as Emily Westa. So if you knew me from when I used to live in Mansfield, that was my old last name. It's very similar to Webson, so that's kind of confusing, but now I'm Emily Webson, and I am the new youth services librarian at the Mansfield Public Library. I grew up in town. I went to Southeast and MMS and EO, but then I had moved away to the Boston area for a while. And so I'm just moving back, and I'm very excited to be back and be working at the library and getting things going over there. We've just announced a bunch of programs for February, and we're going to be adding another youth services librarian as well, full-time. So that's a new full-time position with the library. So we're excited to have 2 full-time youth services librarians so we can do a lot more outreach and more offsite programming and things like that. So it's really great to be here and to be with all of you. Thank you.
That's awesome. I love that you grew up here and it just like kind of came full circle. I think that is so cool. And
Yeah.
welcome. We are already so excited to have you with us.
And she's fabulous.
Yeah, I was like,
Thank you.
our library services are amazing, and your energy, I can just say, is like a perfect addition. Awesome. Welcome. I love it. I
Thank
love
you.
it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I second Sarah. Welcome aboard. So going on item 3, were there any public comments? All right, excellent. No no public comments. So now we're going to approve the minutes from October 5th, 2022. Did everybody get a chance to look at the minutes?
Thank you very much.
Excellent. That's a big thank you to Sarah. She drafts all of the minutes and she does a great job. So we're going to approve by consensus. So does anyone have any edits that they would like made to the minutes, or is there any reason that is there anyone who cannot approve the minutes? Look. All right, excellent. That means they are approved by consensus.
Thank you.
Okay, so going on to item 5, that's a school readiness council item and staff report, and I'm going to turn it over to Sarah.
All right. Well, this is kind of an exciting moment for me, and I'm kind of sad because I was hoping she would join us. But I've kind of been doing double duty since I left my position as the early childhood services coordinator, and I have kind of still been doing all the things, but we have officially hired for my old position, and she will be starting on Monday, February 6th. And her name is Jocelyn Santiago. She is a head teacher at Community Children's Center. So she's familiar with our town. She is definitely familiar with children and families. And just, she's really excited. She's very motivated. And I think that this will just be an awesome adventure. And yeah, the interviews were amazing. We had a lot of really awesome people who applied for this position, and it's really neat. And I personally know Jocelyn from CCC, so I think she will be a wonderful fit for this position, and I think you will all love her. And I will love not having to do double duty right before grant time. So she will officially be with us for the March meeting. I did just email her and I was like, oh, I wish you could pop on. Oh, she's coming on. She's coming on right now. So this will be perfect. But yeah, and then I'll let her introduce herself, and that would be really neat. So you guys can all meet her. And I know Mac has kind of changed the way in which it does business, and a lot of the old way will be missed in the sense, but it will be good to have fresh eyes, fresh people, fresh face. And here she is. We were literally just talking about you, Jocelyn. I did a quick kind of like just to say you're here and when you officially start, but if you'd like to say hello and just kind of introduce yourself and anything about yourself, and we can go around real quick again and kind of introduce ourselves for you if you would like.
Okay. So hi, I'm Jocelyn. I'm very excited to join the Mansfield team. Right now I am a toddler teacher at Community Children's Center in Mansfield. Just got home and I'm happy to pop on the meeting and kind of see how you guys run things and get to know everyone.
Welcome, Jocelyn. My name is Denise. I'm the chair of the committee, and I think I'm just going to recommend, if we can, let's just go in the order that we just did. Everybody kind of remembers, and I'll remind people if we know we forgot. All right, great.
Sure. So bounces to me. You already know me, but hello, Sarah Dufresne, Adult Services for the town of Mansfield.
Deb?
Debbie Plurd from Mansfield Discovery Depot.
Shamim?
Shamim Patwa, the Director of Student Support Services for the Mansfield Public Schools.
Thank you. Katie?
Katie Bell, she, her, hers, Youth Services Supervisor for the town of Mansfield.
Thank you. Miguel?
Miguel Colon, the Associate Director for Community Outreach at UConn.
Thank you. Kathleen?
Kathleen Kreider, Senior Director of Community Engagement and Resource Management, Access Community Action Agency.
Thank you. Emily?
Hi, I'm Emily Webson. I'm the Youth Services Librarian at the Mansfield Public Library.
Welcome aboard, Jocelyn.
Yes,
Thank you.
welcome. So moving on from that exciting news, which I really am super excited. It's the perfect time to have her start and the perfect year to have her start. I'm going to kind of skip down to OEC updates only because the update that I have on that is about the grant, which is a relief for Jocelyn. It is a renewal year, so it will not be open to any new program. Yeah, if you look at Deb, I knew Deb would be like, yes. So renewal year tends to be much easier on the paperwork side. You usually do not have to resubmit everything, which is amazing and very helpful. So there is a meeting in 2 weeks with the OEC. It's a 2-hour meeting that will kind of go over what the requirements for the grant will be this year. And then obviously I'll send that out to all the centers. But the only thing we will have to do as a council is just once we review the bids, kind of vote on if we want to continue funding these centers. So it won't be as difficult as other years. And then per usual, they will put out the quality enhancement bid, which again is kind of like that free money. We have the $3,881. So anybody on this call is entitled to put a bid in to use some of that money. And the only catch is that it has to help 3- and 4-year-olds in some way. So Emily, we did a lot of stuff with the library for that. We would cover a lot of programming and specific people that they would want to bring in for a certain program. And as long as it was open to families and 3- and 4-year-olds, we really could justify spending the money on that. We can also do a lot of stuff with CPR trainings and yeah, CPR is a big one. I know the town is doing a push on it right now just to kind of get as many people certified in it, just to try to be like, you never know when you're going to be faced with an emergency. So that is definitely something that you could go through the town to get certified for, and the QE money can help pay for that training. And
The other big one is the NIAC accreditation fees as well.
Right. And so that is already written into the quality enhancement. Thankfully, we kind of just do leave that every year, but each center does get a huge chunk of money back for their yearly NIAC fees, and then they can put it to their overall NIAC reaccreditation fee, and which is helpful. And then the only other update I have from the OEC is that they are doing these quarterly enrollment grants. In order for families to qualify, they have to meet a certain income guideline. And so for some centers, there's not anybody that's at that income guideline, or it's kind of not worth it because it might just be like 1 or 2 families. So for some of the bigger cities, I know that these enrollment grants are super helpful because you're getting thousands of dollars back, but we have such a small amount of spaces in retrospect to the rest of the state. So part of it's kind of not. But those are my only OEC updates. And then the other item for that is the monitoring visits. And again, I think Jocelyn's coming at a perfect time. We can start really setting these up, getting the first round done so that when we come back in March or April for those meetings, she can present any of the stuff that was found at the centers. I mean, again, I always am so thankful of our centers in Mansfield because nothing ever comes up other than really good things. So I always like it as a chance to share the monitoring visits as like, just to brag about how great our centers are and how unique our centers are. And I think that's one of my absolute favorite things about this town is that they are all so different and they're all just so amazing and welcoming. And it's so cool. And I can't wait for Jocelyn to see all of that. Does anybody have any questions about any of that stuff? I know pretty straight and to the point. So that was really it. These MAC meetings go so fast. We'll have to do an in-person one just so Jocelyn can get used to that too. And I can cook for Shamim.
I would like to throw a throwback to the recognition component because I think we skipped recognition at introductions. Do I have permission to do that, my chair and staff? Okay. I would like to formally recognize Sarah Dufresne in her last staffing of the MAC meeting.
Woohoo, yay!
And
Clap, 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 clap.
celebrate her for all of the amazing work she has done in this role and all the amazing work she's going to go do in her new role. And that I am incredibly thankful that she is also here to help introduce Jocelyn into the new role. It is amazing to not lose that acknowledgement and that understanding and that experience of expertise that Sarah has and her willingness to be a part of making sure we don't lose any of that knowledge as she has transitioned, and just the amount of work that she has put in learning her new role and still supporting this component is astounding. And she's been amazing and we miss her, but we are very excited for Jocelyn to come and join our team, and Sarah's just now a bigger part of that team in a different office. But Sarah, thank you for
Oh, thank you.
all the
And
things.
I will still be here. I will still be around for Mac. You ain't gonna lose me. And yeah, I'm taking a community org class this semester. And I literally on the first day was like, hi, I live, eat, and breathe community org. Nice to meet you. Like, can I teach this class for you? No, so it has been really neat kind of just moving into this new role, but still being connected. And that's definitely one of the things I love about this job in our town, is that if there is a will and you want to make it work, they let it happen and they kind of allow for that flexibility. So I think it's really neat. And I am very excited to have the ability to kind of overlap and help Jocelyn, because I had that too with Maggie, who was before me, and I really think I would have been lost if I did not have her. So it is very, very nice that again we are kind of able to do that. And I've already put those OEC meetings on my calendar, so I'm there with you. So
Well, I would also just like to say thank you to Sarah too for being a mentor for me for this role. You know, you take on a lot. I know you have your new role, you're still supporting us, you're a mom, an awesome graduate student. So all the things in between. So I'm looking forward to having you as a mentor and learning the ropes and getting to know all of you too.
yeah, shout out to you for that one, because when I knew I was leaving and I could think of people that could fill my shoes, you know, you really did come to mind. So I'm happy you applied. I'm happy it worked out, and it's really cool. And I love all of you. And this is like a family, our little Mac family. And I think it's really neat. And Emily, I hope you feel it, like feel the love. Like there's so much love between all of us. It's just really neat. So thank you. Like I said, you're not losing me. I'm still here.
Well, Katie said that so beautifully, but thank you, Sarah. I would just add another thank you. Does anyone have any other, because we did kind of skip it, any other recognition that they'd like to offer? All right. I think
Yeah,
that's
no, I'm throwing another one out. I'm throwing one out to Katie, because this woman has been managing a department that has been down staff. I don't think it's been full staff for years now. We can honestly say years. And just pivoting at every moment to make things happen, but really still serving our community in ways that are just so important and so appreciated. So for the many gray hairs and moments that you've probably spent ripping them out of your head, I appreciate you, because you just do it. You show up and you're there, and our town still gets all the services that they need. So huge kudos to you.
Thank you. And I want to do another recognition of welcoming Jocelyn and recognizing that she's here on her time right now, because she hasn't formally started with us. And so I'm just so appreciative of her thoughtfulness to kind of join us and join in the team here at MAC, but also really excited to have her join the YSB team, and so excited for everything that we get to build together. So thank you for being here. Thank you for applying. Thank you for already being amazing. And we're so excited to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited too.
Any last thoughts? No,
Yeah, just if anybody had any kind of anything they would want to put on the agenda, I know that now we are in a position where if anybody had something that they wanted to talk about, or if they wanted to bring in a special guest, or if we wanted to have someone come and talk about what would be required for certain things, or Emily, if even you wanted to at the next MAC meeting kind of present your ideas of how you'd like to see the library grow and how we could support you. That's always an option, and kind of use this as a platform, because I think that would be really neat. And Miguel, if you want to come and just kind of talk about everything you do for about 5 hours, we're going to put you on the spot. I'm picking on you tonight.
Yeah, no, I actually, the funny thing is like, it's not what community outreach does at UConn. Is more of the work that we collaborate with the different organizations. And I know that Katie has been instrumental since she joined Mansfield Youth Services, and the same thing with you, Sarah. So and you know, I've connected with a different number of people around here, but I'm trying to get the staff to also hire staff within my area. So if I've been a little absent, it's just trying to keep things going at community outreach, so they could continue to work with all of you. So
No, but
that's
seriously,
usually
Miguel, how many students do you oversee in community outreach? I can't even imagine.
not necessarily by myself, but with my staff is right now over 80 student leaders, and they are in Mansfield, Willimantic, Wyndham area. You find them in, we're actually still in Wellington as well, Putnam, Hartford, Vernon, Manchester, Coventry. So they're all over the place. And usually I'm like behind the scenes, which I prefer to be at. But normally, but now with the staff not around, I had to be in the, dealing with the community partners again, which is where I started, by the way. So I have my
I was going to
programs.
say, I think you were around before I even started. Yeah, and I'm here almost 8 years. So
Yeah, so this is year 16 at UConn for me.
awesome.
So I seen it all.
Yeah, and I'll just jump in and say thank you everybody for welcoming me. I'm really excited to be back in Mansfield, and I'd love to talk a little bit more at the next meeting. I'll have a better idea at that point of our plans and our plans for the summer, and maybe I can bring our new youth services librarian who we're just finishing the hiring process for. So she should be starting soon, so that she can meet you all as well. So that sounds good. Yeah,
that's perfect. That's awesome. And I think it's really neat, just because really MAC, the idea of it was to do these kind of community linkages and these programs, and how can we really improve our connections to families and children. And you are such a vital part of that in this community. Our library is the heart of this community. So yeah, anything we can do to help, I think it's a really great place to start. That's awesome.
Sounds great. Yeah, thanks.
So I think, I'm sorry, I realized I pulled up the agenda again. So we just kind of covered number 6, closing and upcoming agenda items. Is that right? All right. So then do we need someone to make a motion to adjourn, or? Yes.
So moved.
Thank you, Shamim.
I'll second that.
Excellent. Thank you, Kathleen. All right. So we are officially adjourned. It is 6:02. Have a great night, everybody. And
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
Thank you so much.
everyone.
Nice.